Okay, good day everyone. My name is Mrs. Hamidah Ramlan. I'm from College of Business Management and Accounting, University Tenaga Nasional from Muazzam Shah Pahang, Malaysia. Okay, my partner in this paper is Prof. Madya Dr. Noriza Muhammad Saad from Faculty of Business Management, University Teknologi Mara from Machang, Kelantan, Pahang. Okay, in this international conference on social science, humanities and management study, I want to present about the relationship between Tobin skill and systematic risk factor among listed firms across ASEAN countries. Okay, for abstract in my paper, issue on the relationship between systematic risk factor toward company Tobin Q is still one, if not the only hot topic research by many finance scholars since this type of risk is uncontrollable and unpredictable change. Thus, the study is motivated to investigate the relationship between Tobin Q and systematic risk factor among listed firms across ASEAN countries. Secondary data are obtained from Bloomberg for ASEAN country from 2010 uh, uh, apa tu to 2020 November with number of observation of 1949. The study employed multivariate regression for impact analysis that were modeled into ordinarily less square, robust regression effect and mixed effect GMM. The best fit model was chosen based on the result of the F value and Chai 2. The result obtained rectified that there is no multicollinearity issue exists. Therefore, the reported findings postulate that there are mixed relationships with different effects. For instance, best model represented by robust regression postulated that there is a positive relation with GDP and negative relation with interest rate and any significant relationship with inflation rate toward Tobin Q across the Asian country. It was recommended that policymakers and investors as well as companies need to monitor the fluctuation of the systematic risk in the business decision making. Okay, the first I will discuss about introduction. Okay, so systematic risk can be occasionally defined as a risk arise as a result of various external factors such as macroeconomic factor, inflation, price movement, fluctuation in interest rate and economic growth that affect the business performance and investment. Systematic risk is non-diversification or uncontrollable in nature. This means that this type of total risk cannot be controlled or minimized or avoided by the management of an organization. A systematic risk has the tendency to disrupt not just the whole of the market and company performance in firm value as represented by Tobin Q by an economy too. Okay, so my literature review, okay, about my topic is from the Lean ETL 2018. Okay, a credit spread and bond Q have significant predictive power on micro level and aggregate investment when study the impact of stochastic interest rate and capital liquidity on investment and firm value. From Ali ETL 2020, Tobin Q ratio can mediate the relationship between local variables and the corporate value. Next, by considering both sides of systematic risk from internal and external factor, that is firm specific factor and macroeconomic factor. Okay, from the Nauta ATL 2019, Tobin Q is negatively significantly correlated with the share of Japanese firm engagement in and foreign direct investment. Study from the MISBA ETL 2020, price to book value ratio and market capitalization has a positive and significant impact on Tobin Q, while that has a negative signal effect on Tobin's Q. The interaction terms of GDP per capita with that tends to show a positive impact on Tobin's Q to support the U-shaped relationship between them. Okay, so from the Basu ETL 29 found that inflation is inversely related to growth and the normalized market price of capital Tobin Q. To explain this empirical result, a dynamic stochastic general equilibrium model endogenous growth is developed. From the Chengdu 1916 found that the loan spread have significant positive relationship towards systematic risk. Okay, my data and methodology, 7 countries with 5 sectors was selected among the ASEAN region country listed exchange from the January of 2010 to November of 2020. The country cover Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, and Thailand based on data availability, where final number of observation is 1,949. This study considered the dependent variable as proxy by Tobin Q, whereas GDP, inflation rate, and interest rate are independent variable, which was grouped as a systematic risk, since all these risks are uncontrollable that I will discuss in capital asset pricing model and arbitrage pricing theory. Besides, there are two control variables considered, namely country and sector. Okay, so this is my result. Okay, about my paper. Okay, hold on. Okay, so from here we can see that by looking to the Tobin Q means value 1.092 is far value as compared to the here, okay, Tobin Q 1.092 is far value as compared to the maximum value 11.72 and minimum value is 0.09. Yeah, this one maximum 11.72, minimum is 0.09. It signifies that the performance of the company with regard to the Tobin Q performance better to bad, depending on the risk factor and the systematic risk. Okay, so with respect to the GDP growth and inflation, okay, rate postulated that both these factors indicate in negative value. Okay, we can see it here, negative value. And then for the mean and minimum value, where it shows that the performance is not performing better. However, the maximum value is 2.91 and 3.18, 2.91 and 3.18 for respectively. Okay, so for screeners and courtesies, thus for normality analysis, we can see that here, Tabahni and Fidel 2007 state that the value of statistics should be divided by its standard error value in examining the value for standard score of screeners, okay, and courtesies. This standard score value represent a Z score, okay, a Z score, and then they state that the value of negative 3.29, okay, negative 3.29 is less than Z score, less than plus 3.29, okay, are acceptable to justify P less than 0.001 at two-tail test. As the result table in table 4, the normality test by screeners and courtesy do not capture non-normality in data is presented by p-value less than 0.001. Okay, from here lah, we can see that probability less than 0.001 to all variable. Okay, for the multi-regression analysis, at here we can say that indicate that the model is valid at 99%. Okay, a confidence level suggesting that the relationship exists for the model estimation equation for variable towards Tobin Q. Okay, similar to robust regression model to the F statistic also shown significant result at 99% confidence level explain the best fit to estimate such relationship. Next, by analyzing the result of Wald chi-square from mixed effect GLM show that it's significant at 99% confidence level. Okay, from here. And then we can see that the validity of estimation model to best fit to investigate such relationship since the model assume that the intercept value to identify and independently distributed in this full observation. Okay. In robust regression result reported that GDP growth and interest rate show positive and negative relationship respectively, which suggests that a higher level GDP offsetted to the higher Tobin Q performance, whereas the lower level of interest rate could lead to the higher Tobin Q. The interest rate also have negative significant result in Model 1 and Model 3. Model 1 in OLS and Model 3 in mixed effect GLM. It is signified that this variable is significant factor in all model developed. Okay, different to the other variable whereby shown insignificant result to all module. Okay, for conclusion and policy recommendation, in overall, this study concluded that GDP growth and interest rate have a relationship with Tobin Q of the listed firm across ASEAN countries. It demonstrates that these two factors under the systematic risk is important for the company to deeply consider in business decision making and investment. The inflation rate factors seem insignificant result with Tobin Q, much probably due to this factor affect the current purchasing power to the company and do not affect the investment in capital markets since this involve a medium and long-term period. Therefore, the policymakers as well as investors include companies that invest in foreign direct investment need to closely monitor the movement of these systematic risks to sustain in their business performance, especially in 5 types of business sectors such as consumer product, energy, industrial, information technology, and real estate investment. Okay. Thank you. This one. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Okay. I finish all my my presentation in my paper about a relationship between Tobin Q and systematic risk factor among listed firms across ASEAN country. Okay. Thank you, everyone.